Hey guys, Bharadwaj with Phone Arena here. Uh, we have the ASUS Fonepad here and we are comparing it with several tablets in our labs. So we are comparing it with the Samsung Galaxy Note 510. Today we have it. This is the Wi-Fi version and this is already having a calling version here. So we think it would be appropriate to compare these two. So both launched at Mobile World Congress this year and they have similar functionality in the mind for the market. Both are calling tablets, and they had the calling version of the Note 8 too has earpieces like the ASUS Fonepad. So carrying the Note brand, the Note has a stylus, so it's pretty slightly different from the ASUS Fonepad and a bit premium in terms of features and even the internals. So we are going to compare it both in depth to let you know which one is better and which one you should buy and which one is right for you. So let's get on with the comparison then. The ASUS Fonepad, as we said earlier, is a calling tablet and it is aimed squarely at the Samsung Galaxy Tab 2 series, which the Galaxy Tab series basically, which is also a calling tablet, priced very similarly, retailing at 15,999 for the 16 GB version. This is available in the Indian market, and this Note 510 is retailing in the Indian market and launched very recently for 30,500. So pretty huge jump in terms of pricing. That's about the introduction. So let's talk about the design then. The Galaxy Note 510, as you can see clearly, is an evolution of the Samsung Galaxy S3 design with rounded corners, a white tablet with chrome sides, and a very similar back. It's fully made of plastic and the front is fully glass with exception of the home button and the earpiece in the calling version. While the ASUS Fonepad looks very much like the Nexus 7 with a metal back. So here's the metal back, which feels really premium, better than plastic, and feels nice in the hands, but it's a bit slippery. The top is plastic and is removable for accommodating the micro SIM and micro SD card slots. So that's about the design of both these devices. We definitely prefer the ASUS Fonepad's design because it's compact, of its smaller screen size, and has a nice metal back. And we definitely loathe the plastic on the Galaxy Note because, first of all, it's a fingerprint magnet. After a while of use, if you look at it, it's very icky, and personally, we are not a fan of the plastic bag. Even we have seen better plastic bags on Samsung phones, but this is certainly atrocious. Otherwise, it's really solid, and the build quality is as what you expect on other Samsung devices. It doesn't break easily. It has really good build quality, and on the front you have Gorilla Glass, so that helps. When talking about the dimensions, the Fonepad is 10.4 millimeters thick and weighs 340 grams. This might seem a bit hefty when you compare with the Galaxy Note 510, which is just 8 millimeters thick and weighs almost the same as the Fonepad, which is at 338 grams. Comparing the size of both these devices, you can clearly see that the Note is a bit bigger with slightly bigger bezels and of course thanks to a large 8-inch screen, which is an inch larger than the Fonepad. Coming to the build of both these devices, we already talked about it. It's fully plastic and this is metal and plastic mix. And regarding our usage, we found some certain quirks with the build quality on the ASUS Fonepad. On the bottom, you can see a bit of a gap between the top part and the bottom part. And sometimes when you twist or do something about the tablet, it creaks. So the build quality might not be up to the mark, but definitely we prefer the nicer materials used for the build. The Note, however, as we said, is really solid, and we noticed nothing imperfect about the build quality in terms of creaking and overall decent usage of the device. Talking about the display, the Fonepad has a 7-inch 1280 by 800 IPS TFT screen, but as you can see, the reflectivity is too high on the screen since the air gap between the screen and the display is larger than most devices. If I switch off the screen, it is very clear to everyone that the display will be very reflective, as you can see here, while the Note having a 8-inch 1280 by 800, the same resolution, has a much better display with much better viewing angles, much better reflectivity, and of course outdoor visibility and whatnot. In all ways, the Note 8's display is better, but the pixel density on the Note 8 is 189, while the pixel density on the Fonepad is 216. Additionally, the Fonepad is a fingerprint magnet, so if you are going to use it daily, you need to wipe it very regularly. Nothing of the sort on the Note 510 because it has a good, decent oleophobic coating which prevents scratches and fingerprints. Additionally, on the Note 510, we have the Wacom digitizer which allows you to use the S Pen. That is a huge advantage for people who want to do stuff on the Note. It's highly creative and it opens up a special home screen for all the Note apps. Even you can see the switching quick apps when you get the stylus out. So that's a good thing about the Galaxy Note's screen and display in general. Coming to the internals, again, according to the price, the internals are very varied. The Note 510 has a Exynos 4412 quad-core chip running at 1.6 GHz and has the Mali 400MP multiprocessing GPU. It has 2 GB of RAM and has 16 GB of internal storage, while the Fonepad runs on an Intel processor, which is one of its kind, the first Intel-based tablet running on the Lexington chip, which is the Intel G2420, which was made for low-end phones basically. So with the 1280 by 800 resolution, it sometimes lags, but the Note 8 blazes through in every situation imaginable. You can see the UI is very smooth in any conditions, and of course the Exynos 4412 chipset is the same as on the Galaxy S2, we presume, and gives pretty much great performance overall. Even gaming is obviously better on the Note 8 when compared to the Fonepad, which has just the PowerVR SGX 540 GPU. The Note 8 too has 2 GB of RAM, while this has only 1 GB of RAM. The internal memory, as we said earlier, is the same on both these devices, 16 GB and 16 GB. Both make calls using SIM cards and have micro SD card slots too. The micro SIM card slot and the micro SD card slot is on the top here, with the micro SIM here and the micro SD card slot here. While the Note 510, we have the Wi-Fi version currently, but the Note 510 2, which doesn't have a removable back cover, surprisingly for a Note device from Samsung, it has the micro SD card slot here, and with the calling version, similarly to the micro SD card slot, you will have the micro SIM card slot. Let's get to the cameras then. The Note 510 has a 5 megapixel camera and can record 720p videos with decent audio. The device has 2 mics for recording, so we think it should record in stereo, while the Fonepad, even though having 2 mics, has a 3.2 megapixel camera which too can record 720p video. We don't know if you want to take photos with these, but we see a lot of people taking photos with tablets, and if you're one of them, you'd like to know that the Note 8 is much better in all ways over the Fonepad's cameras. On the front, you have a 1.3 megapixel camera on the Note and a 1.2 megapixel camera on the Fonepad. Both run on Android 4.1.2 Jelly Bean. And ASUS has a very minimal custom UI over Android stock. So what you see here is the Android menu, and that's about it. Not much changed with the ASUS Fonepad. While the Note, running the same Android 4.1.2, runs on TouchWiz and has tons of features loaded into it. From the notification center to the quick apps to better features. For example, you have a lot of stylus apps. You have a lot of features like multi-screen, which enables you to simultaneously use two apps side by side. That's a great feature we consider very useful on an 8-inch screen device like the Samsung Galaxy Note. So as you can see here, you can resize them as you wish and use two apps just like that. So that's a neat feature on the Galaxy Note. And of course, you have lots of apps for the stylus. Here you have the Memo Create Note apps, the S Note basically. You have the all sorts of shortcuts that you can do with the S Pen. For example, if you want to take a screenshot of this piece of screen, you just hold and it takes a screenshot. So that's used with the small shortcut button here. So lots of useful things on TouchWiz, and it is definitely no match. The ASUS Fonepad is definitely no match for Samsung's software innovations. So if you're looking for a device with plenty of software features, then don't look further than the Note 8, because it combines all the goodness of the Galaxy Note devices and a bigger screen. Albeit it's not high resolution, but definitely good enough if you're planning to acquire a Note kind of device. It might be very creative with this larger screen. The Fonepad is nothing special, by the way. Both these tablets have apps for calling and messaging just like a phone. It might not be there on the Wi-Fi version, but it's definitely there on the Note 510 calling version. So that's about the differences between the software on both these devices. But before we forget, ASUS has added a small mini app section, just like the ones on originally introduced on the bigger Galaxy Note, that's the Galaxy Note 10.1. So these mini apps function very similar to those mini apps on the Galaxy devices earlier. They are not incorporated on the Galaxy Note 510 here because it has the phone UI instead of the tablet UI that you see on the Galaxy Tab devices. So these perform very similarly, but we are not sure if that's much of an incentive when you want to choose the ASUS Fonepad. So yeah, that's about the differences between the two. If you're looking for a cheap calling tablet with very much a Nexus-like look and decent performance, it's definitely laggy, but one can definitely live with it, then you can go for the Fonepad. But if you want all the Samsung goodness in terms of software features, and especially the stylus with a bigger screen, 8-inch screen, a better screen, better hardware, better everything, and of course double the price. This is $15,999 and this is $30,999 or somewhere around that. So it's up to you to choose which one suits you better. This is fully feature packed and demands the price, while this is a cheap tablet you can get without spending too much. So that's it for the comparison then. Do hit the like button if you like this video, and do subscribe to our channel for more videos like these. Thanks for watching.